So
Okay.
yesterday we saw how one can create multiple data sets. So we had used the condition with if then else, where if the condition was true for the values for the variable country where it is USA, then the data set value should be written to a output data called USA, correct? So this we had seen with this type of syntax with if then else, right? So an alternate use of if then else is a syntax of select when. So this select when is working same as your
Ashwini,
if then. Yes,
sorry, I'm interrupting you.
yes,
Actually, I
yes.
have one question that last time you taught us about if statement, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Same like when you are using like multiple data set, right? But
mm-hmm,
same thing we did in PG1 too, right?
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
I just want to know like what is the difference between these two coding, and
mm-hmm.
what is the purpose of that? Because I've thought like it's almost same. Like then why we are
It's
repeating
same.
same thing
It's
again?
same, but what we are doing here is we are now getting introduced with the syntax, and we were actually understanding this explicit output statement. This explicit output statement.
Okay, but we are using output there also, right?
Yes, yes,
For
it's the same concept. As I said,
okay,
you we already got introduced in PG1,
PG1, yeah.
but here, yeah, but here we are saying it where we alternate for if then else, you'll get introduced to this new syntax of select when.
Okay.
Okay, so
Hmm.
it was just a revision, nothing else. So you got
Okay.
revised about output statement or
Okay.
how output is used to direct the observations to a respective data set. Now an alternate with if then else is coming with a new syntax. So we said that we are going to use this select group. So the previous task can be written with an alternate syntax of select. So
Either one we
rest
can use, right?
either one, each one, any which one. So you are creating multiple data sets from input data file same. Instead of writing if country is equal to USA, you write select country. So this is your this is your variable on which you'll be using this conditions. So select country semicolon when country value is US, output USA. When country value is AU, output Australia. Otherwise, output other end. So because it's a select group, because for a single select for this column, you are writing multiple values, hence it's ending with end. So if you are giving all these criterias of conditions of values for country, you at the end you can write if the above conditions are not true, then otherwise output to other. So your statement should end for select with otherwise statement. It's mandatory the syntax is developed as it is with otherwise output to others. All right, so this will create the same output. It is same as if then else, but the only difference here is it is more effective with respect to your resource utilization as compared to if then else. Okay, all right, so now look at this syntax. Now what is missing in this syntax? Looking at this only, you tell me.
Otherwise,
Correct. So open this activity, submit this code and check what
but
is the
otherwise the
problem.
third file name, a third data set name also we are not given in data, no?
Yes, so that is why they're telling you just open this code, execute, and check what is the message which you get into log. It's lesson 2, activity A03. So remember, you have to create a library for PG2 named as Orion. I have this library. All right. So let me check. All right. Moving back to folders, we have to check this activity A03. Lesson 2 activity A03. So when we execute this activity, so see what it's telling. Unsatisfied when clause and no otherwise clause at line number 74, column number 4. So though you are giving these two data sets to be created, all right, but because you are select, though you are writing and, but it's not having otherwise clause, it's giving you a data error. All right, so it's telling you it's a data error. So your syntax should end with otherwise, even if you do not have your third data set to be created. So that is what they are trying to tell you. So moving back into your code, though you are not creating the third data set, otherwise has to be given. So it's a completion of your syntax of select group. So now check your log. So see, there are only two data sets created. All right. So moving back, this is what we had seen. An otherwise statement is needed. Are you all getting it? So see error unsatisfied when clause and no otherwise clause at this line. Before
After
end, it should.
it should be some file name, no, or no, because
No, it's not necessary because you have given only two data sets to be created. So even if the third data set you are not creating, still you have to give that otherwise keyword. It is the mandatory keyword even if you are not creating the third data sets. That's what it's trying to tell us. Your syntax of select has to end with end, no doubt. But in case if you are not creating any other data set which you have finished directing this respective observations to this respective data set, it should end with otherwise. So that's what we had seen in this also. See, simply otherwise. So there is no third data set provided here. So it's a syntax error if you do not write otherwise, even if you are not creating any third data set here. All right. So
Yes.
otherwise statement is optional, but omitting it results in an error when all where conditions are false. Now, why it's happened? It's because in case the current value for your country is small case UAU, though it's not satisfying here, otherwise will overcome that and it will move ahead to end your select statement. Hence, it is required to use otherwise. That's what it's telling. The otherwise statement is optional, but omitting it results in an error when all where conditions are false. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we know in our data we do have small case and uppercase values. So you can include it here like this. Same we had seen with if conditions, or sorry, if then else statement, where we used country in, and in was an operator, right? Or we also use the function uppercase on country. So this is what you can also use with select. See
Yeah,
the
here I
number
have
of,
question,
yeah,
Ashwini. We are
yeah.
giving that statement upcase, but it's
Mm.
anyways it's already in capital letter, right? USAU. Then why you are giving upcase?
small
Because
case
in our
also.
data, we do have small case AU, right? See this?
Yeah, and here is also like when first statement we are saying when US, then output will go in USA,
Uh,
AU, Australia, right? And the third one
uh,
otherwise output others. It means like
mm,
we are saying others means go US and AU in small letter, right?
In
No, no.
case here, no, in case apart from any other values which are not with uppercase and small case AU or US, in case if you have any other value, it should go to other. So
Oh,
that is why if you check this log, they
zero
have also
observation.
given this here, it's giving here 0 observations for other.
Okay.
Okay. Same goes. Now we know that you want to read the values from country with all uppercase, so that the small case value is read as uppercase and then it is sent to a data file respectively. So you can write function uppercase on country like this. So still here other will have 0 observations because though you have small case AU, but it will read as uppercase, hence it will go to USA dataset.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as you know, we do have like else then do or then do group statements with else. Same we have with select also. It's do and in a select group. It's like for a single condition, you are writing multiple statements. Same like if I am giving example, if country is USA, then do benefit equal to 1, output this. So it's independent statements which are been executed for a single condition. Hence, it has to be ending or it has to be processed in do end statements. So with every do this end, for every do this end, otherwise do benefit 0, output other end. This end is for this do, this end is for your select. Okay. So use do and end statement to execute multiple statements when an expression is true. So omitting with other, we know here it's telling this version of the current example omits the select expression. Now what select expression? Earlier we were giving select with your condition of the column, but you can also omit or you can write as select semicolon when country equal to US output, when country equal to. So you can give this country equal to value in your when statement also instead of giving the country in select statement as well. All right, so it's an alternate way of writing select statement. That's it. So what you can do is you can open this demo D04 and try it out. P202 D04. So we have demonstration P2 D202 D04. So it's demonstration. So they have given all the syntaxes of demonstration. So try and execute those demonstrations. Understand the syntax, how it works.
It's P202D02.
It's D04.
04, okay.
So next topic is selecting variables and observations. So this part is again, it's going to be the revision for us about how one can select the variables. But understand when we are creating multiple data sets, let's see how can select the variables according to the data sets to be created. Okay. So we'll control which variables are written to an output data set during a data step. We'll control which variables are read from an input data set, and will control how many observations are processed from input data set during data or proc step. So moving ahead, Now, what are they trying to tell here is you have your input data called as Orion.employee address. Originally, this data has 9 variables. USA we want to be created with 7 variables. Australia with six, others should have 9 variables. So we know by default, whenever a data is read from input source, the output data which is created, its default selects all the variables. But now we do not want all variables into the data sets. We want the variables in this requirement. USA will have 7, Australia will have 6, others will have 9. So by default, that's what it's telling. SAS writes all variables from input dataset to every output dataset. So this was our original result, where by default it's reading all the variables to output datasets. Hence, the output dataset was earlier coming with all the 3 variable datasets with 9 variables. So you are very much familiar with it of the drop statement. It's a review slide. So again, it's a review. So understand how it works. So when we are using a keep or a drop statement, now understand it's an example. This is your input data called in, which contains X, Y, Z columns. And you are creating 2 output data sets called out1, out2. So when you write drop X, on the PDV which is creating in the memory at the time of compilation, SAS is marking a flag of drop on the column X. Thus, X will be dropped for both the output datasets, and output datasets which are created out1, out2 has YZ, YZ respectively. Why? Because you have used drop for X. X will be marked as D, that is drop, while reading to output datasets on PDV. So X is available for processing in PDV by reading it from in data, but it is dropped to be reading out to your output data set. So this happens same with keep also. So it's when we use keep, it is dropping the one which you are not selecting. Okay. So look at here how it works now. So it's telling you have a drop statement. It drops variables from every output dataset. See, you are creating dataset USA, Australia, other. You are writing drop street ID. So now street ID will be there in PDV for processing, but it will not be written to every output dataset. So see, the number of variables written to output datasets are 8. Why? Because of drop statement. Drop here is working universally for all the 3 variables, where it should drop this street ID for resulting 3 data sets: USA, Australia, other. Hence in log it's showing it's dropping street ID. Therefore, total number of variables written to all the 3 data sets are 8. Now, as per our business requirement, now look at here for USA. See, you have employee postal ID, name, number, street name, city, state, code. So these are 7 variables. Australia 6 variables, others all 9 variables. So the task is street ID is dropped in Australia, as well as country is dropped in USA, sorry. So see, look at here, the task is to drop street ID and country from USA. Now Australia, apart already street ID and country, along with it, it is dropping state column, hence 6 variable in Australia. Others, it's keeping all 9 variables. So how we'll do this? So now you will get introduced to another technique of selecting the variables. You can use keep equal to or drop equal to data set option. Listen to my words. We are using drop equal to data set option. Drop equal to, it's not a drop statement. Statement we wrote in data step. Drop equal to data set option. That means when a data set is creating, in front of that data set, you are writing in parenthesis this drop equal to. That means only for this data set, this drop is working. For this data set, this drop is working. Are you getting it now? Hence, it's telling drop equal to, it's a data set option. It's not a statement which you're writing in data step. So statement was coming like this. So it's ideal, it's universal, working for all the data sets because it's written in data step as a statement. Whereas when we write drop equal to in front of a data set, so it's only effective for this data set. This drop equal to is effective for this data set. So for this new 3, there is no drop equal to, so no drop will be used here. Getting it? Now understand, from old X, Y, Z, all the 3 variables are available in PDV for processing. So when a descriptor portion is created during compilation for new, we know by default it reads all the variables from input to output. But because you have used drop equal to X, it will be dropping X column and it will read or write the descriptor part of new one only with Y and Z. With new 2, you are dropping Y for new. So while creating descriptive portion during compilation, Y will be dropped and X and Z will be written to your output data set as a descriptor portion for your new 2 during compilation phase. Whereas for new 3, there is no selection of variables. All the variables are written to new 3. Understood how drop equal to is working here?
Yes.
It's drop equal to data set option. Data set option that is written in front of data set. So same as per our business requirement, we can write for USA drop street ID country. For Australia, drop equal to in parentheses street ID space state space country. The columns are separated by space, other semicolon. So see, USA will have 7 variables, Australia will have 6, other will have all 9 variables read from your input dataset orient.employee address. So it's equivalent to keep. So either you write drop equal to or keep equal to. So drop equal to, you wrote one variable earlier as X. By default, if you write keep equal to, it will default drop X. So either you write keep equal to YZ, keep equal to XZ. It's ultimately going to flag drop for those variables which are not going to be written to output. It won't flag K or keep. It will always flag D, which is not to be written to output variable. So when you are writing keep equal to YZ for new one, so obviously X is dropped for new one. So when you write keep equal to YZ, obviously Y is dropped for new 2. So here there is no selection, all the 3 variables are here. So it is going to flag D for the variables which are not to be selected for output, even if you write keep equal to those variables which you are selecting. Getting it? It's equivalent to either drop equal to or keep equal to, depending on how many variables you need to drop. If it is small number of variables to be dropped, it's better to use drop instead of using keep equal to. Fine. Is this
Yes.
slide understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is what it's telling. Either you write drop equal to and keep equal to, options can both be used. So see, for USA, you are keeping 3 variables. For Australia, you are dropping 2 variables. So keeping 3 variables will keep only employee name, city, state. Drop, it will drop city, ID, state, and keep rest of the variables. Okay. Now answer this poll. It's telling you have your data set orient.employee addresses, which contains 9 variables. How many variables are written to USA, Australia, and other data set looking into this code? So understand this code. In USA, you are keeping employee name, city, state, country. For Australia, you are dropping street ID, state, country. Other, there is no selection. So how many variables are in USA, Australia, and other?
For US, it's 5. No, for
USA only
USA,
four.
4.
Only 4 it's
4, yeah.
Okay, yes.
And now Australia, we drop 2, 3 out of 9. So
6 will be there in Australia and others will be 9.
Correct. So you're telling first data set 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Here you have 6, here you have 9. So 4 variables is kept in USA. Very true. 3 are dropped from Australia. So 6. Correct. And for other it's 9. So 4, 6, 9. Absolutely correct. Now understand this concept. Now where you are writing drop equal to X, you are writing in your input data set as a data set option. So see, original your data has X, Y, Z, but when you have used drop equal to data set option in a set statement where an input data set, you're selecting the variables. So your PDV will be created only for those variables which you are keeping indirectly. Drop equal to will not select that variable itself in PDV to be created. So your output data set will be ultimately have YZ, YZ only. So when a drop equal to dataset option is used on an input dataset, the specified variables are not read into PDV and therefore are not available for processing. Very important concept. You get question in your certification on this concept. And of course, you may get a technical question on this condition of syntax where you are selecting variables from input dataset. Drop equal to dataset option. You write it in your input dataset in your set statement. So when you are selecting variables to be dropped, it is not selected while creating the PDV itself. Hence, that variable is also not available in PDV for processing. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's equivalent. Either you keep equal to YZ, it's ultimately dropping X. Either you drop equal to or keep equal to. So it will ultimately drop X from original data to be read in PDV. Okay, so if you've understood this concept, look at this activity. It's telling here, this is the program. Okay, now look at the program very carefully. The intent is to drop country, street ID and employee ID from every data set and to drop state from Australia. What is wrong with the program? Open this activity A05 for lesson 2, submit and check your log. What are you getting in the log? Go ahead.
Yeah, with this coding, we are not getting any table. I mean, like observation. It's like a zero observation.
So what are you getting? What did you see in your log? So it's A05 activity. So I'm submitting this. What is wrong with this code?
Data file or an imperative data is in format that is
So
in-
what are they telling in log? See, there is one note. Variable country is
countries.
uninitialized. Whereas it's telling USA 0 observations and variable 7, Australia 0 observations, variable 6, other all 224 observations with variable 7. So what has happened? Look at the code carefully. So what is happening? So USA, Australia, you are dropping state, and when you're reading input data set, you're dropping country, state ID, employee ID, and you're giving condition.
Mhm.
So understand what is the logic here and how is the program written, and understand what is this log trying to tell you. Look at the code itself here itself.
So
Very
when we
simple.
drop, yeah, when we drop 3 variables from set input data set, definitely it will not take in our output set, right? So
You are
anyways,
coming
3,
closer, very correct.
yeah, so anyways, we are not getting these 3 variables. What is
But
remaining?
then why observations are not coming?
because country is US and AU it is written, and country we are dropping.
Absolutely correct. See, from input data, you are dropping country, street ID, and the variable which you have already dropped, it's not there in PDV for processing, and you
Correct.
are asking to select the variable values on this criteria. Hence, it's telling you a note that this variable country is not there into your PDV to be created. That means it's creating it as if a new variable country. And because whenever a new variable is created, it's treating this as an assignment statement. But when your data step is processing, the new variable is initialized to missing. Hence, it's telling it's uninitialized. It's treating as new variable. So because it's a new variable, this values it's not understanding. Hence, it's not able to select the observations, but variables are appropriately selected. So it's a logical error in your data. So this type of errors, or where you get there is no syntax error, but there are no correct results, you term it as a logical error. So though country is to be dropped in all the data sets, correct? But it should be available in your PDV for processing. Then how you will correct this syntax
We will
or this
remove the
program?
country from the input file from the drop.
Okay, but we do not want in your all output data set. Simple. We simply
Then we
write,
have to drop from set. Sorry, we have to
From
remove
drop
from, yeah, from
statement we have
input
to
data
write.
set, and we can put it in front of USA, Australia in bracket state space country.
yes.
Can
So
it
this is
work?
also you can do it. See, you simply write a statement of drop. So it will be available in PDV for processing, but
Correct.
all the data sets will not have country
Exactly.
to be written into your output data set.
Yeah,
Absolutely
because
correct.
it should be in our input data set, right?
Correct. So it should be there for processing.
Mm.
So to be in processing, it's available in PDV now, but it's not written to all the 3 data sets.
Mm.
So if you want to see how it's working, we can always use a statement called as put log underscore all underscore. So what is this put log actually? we are actually going to see at the back end during execution phase how the variables are created and how they are processing and how you can see the values are assigned into your data. Okay, so instead you want to check only few variables, you can always write those variable name that you want to see only the variables, how country variable is getting processed. Then you want to see how street is been getting processed. In I'm just giving you an example. So you can use this variable's name with put log statement. So when you execute with put log, we'll see it into log. See, all right, so street ID, do we have street ID here? Yes. So see, street spelling is wrong with me. Street underscore ID. So if you want to check only individual variables, you can always check those individual variables in this form into log, that whenever that variable is getting processed, you'll be able to see that variable is getting processed. Okay, fine. Street ID. All right. So in case now we don't want to see if for every individual variable in log how it is processing, you can write underscore all underscore. So it will show you all the variables in the background during execution phase, how it is been processed. Now moving ahead, let's understand how it's shown in log. So see, you know your input data has 424 variables, sorry, observations and 9 variables. So see, these are all variables. So this is actually the contents of pdv. Variable name, first row observation, its value, which is abort comma space ray. Then second variable you have street number, which is this value. Then you have street name, then you have city, you have state, postal code, country, and it's also telling you we do have certain values in the pdv created, which are default variables always been created in pdv at the time of compilation, which are underscore n underscore and underscore error underscore. So these are the two temporary variables which are always created when the data is being processed and created in the backend in pdv. These are the indicator variables which are temporarily created at the time of data being processed. Those are not returned to your output data set. So this underscore error underscore indicates here the value is 0. That means there is no error occurred. Please make a note. These are the temporary variables created named as underscore error underscore underscore n underscore. So this is always having a Boolean expression. Boolean means true or false. True means 1, false means 0. Okay. So true, sorry, I said opposite. So it's always has a Boolean expressions like 1 or 0. So 0 means there is no error. 1 means error has occurred. Now currently there is no error, hence the value is 0. Whereas underscore n underscore indicates it's the temporary variable which is about the number of data step iteration. So data step iteration, that is data step cycle. It is the first row which has been processed from input data. Hence its iteration cycle is 1. Understood?
So n
So this is
underscore n underscore means number, like the number of row, right?
number of data step getting iterated or processed. So depending from, you are ultimately correct that depending on how many rows it's processing from input data, that many times your data step is iterated. Correct? So that is what it's number of iterations of your data step. So ultimately it's the number of rows been processed in your input data. So now because input data here has 424 rows, so if you'll see all the data step iterations of your input data is been processed for so many rows. All right.
Okay. So this put log statement is to just make sure like how it working in compilation
Correct.
or execution process.
Correct. Correct. So
Okay.
it's one of the debugging techniques which we are learning for your programming as a data analyst. You are debugging at the back end how it's working. So
Okay.
you're using put log statement. So see, because you have used put log and now you have used drop country, country is available in your PDV for processing. See, country, country, country. Correct? So country is available in PDV. Whereas for Australia, though you see it's now written into your output data set. Whereas street ID and employee ID, you cannot see here. See, street ID you cannot see, employee ID you cannot see.
Yes.
Are you getting it? It's not
Yeah,
selected from
Because it's not in
your
output,
PDV.
input
Yes,
data. Yeah.
because you have dropped
Dropped.
to be read from input data itself.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is what the answer is. So country is not included in PDV for processing. So it's treating this as if you are creating a new variable. Hence it's creating as a new variable in PDV. So it's not getting initialized with initial value as if it's a new variable. Hence you get that note that country is uninitialized. So it's not treating it's coming from input data. So countries dropped in input and therefore it is not available for processing. Every observation is written to other data, and that is why these two data sets when created were having 0 observations, but other was having all 424 observations. Right?
Yeah.
So this is what you can improve your solution of this program, where it's telling you to drop country for all your output data. So you simply write drop statement. It's available in processing now in PDV, but it will be dropped for all the output data set. And state is also flag dropped. It is available in PDV, but it will be dropped only for Australia, not for USA and other. Fine.
This is one way we can do it. We
Yes.
can do it in input data table, drop country, or we can put it in our new data set,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
State,
Yes.
space, country.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is how it is. So very simple flow chart, very important part. In short, you can actually memorize. Understand that when a PDV is created and when you write for your, this is your input data set. So when we write drop equal to and keep equal to on your input data set, it affects PDV. The variables itself are not selected in PDV. So raw files means which are your unstandard or unstructured data files where you have simply the values saved. If you remember, I have showed you how the raw file looks. It simply has the values. So I will see, yeah, text values or only, yeah, yeah. So I'll show you this how to read a raw file in upcoming chapter we do have. So in case if you write drop equal to keep equal to, the variables will not be selected in PDV. But if you write drop and keep statement, see variables are available. See how it's showing? It's available in processing, but this statement is effective for your output statement. Either you write drop equal to and keep equal to your output data set, or statements of drop or keep, it's affecting on your output data set. Very important slide, very crisp to understand and very easy to memorize what we are going to look into. All right. Any questions here?
No.
Okay. So controlling which observations are read. Now understand we were working with columns. Which columns to be read? Now understand about observations also. So controlling which observations are read. Now you know we use where statement for selecting the observations, correct? Understand the term. Where is to subset your data or filter your data for a specific criteria or condition. But here the statement, here the title is controlling which observations are read, which means observation number 24 I want to read, or I want to read observation starting from number 10 and it should stop processing at observation number 50. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it's telling which observation are read. So by default, we know SAS processes every observation in from your input data set, right from first observation to last observation. But in case if you want to control where and where it should stop and where it should read, you can always use this first OBS equal to and OBS equal to. So first OBS equal to is the number of observation where it starts reading, whereas OBS equal to is the last observation where it should stop processing. So the first OBS equal to and OBS equal to options are used in input data set. You cannot use either options with output data set. Why? Because we are reading from input to output data, where output is creating those observations. So you cannot control observations to output while processing only, but you can select while inputting in from your input data set. So see, Orion.employee address, you're telling OBS equal to 100. So it's the last observation where it should stop processing. So you're not telling OBS equal to 100. That means read 100 the observation. It's not like this. You're asking it to stop when 100 observation reach. So that's what it's telling. OBS dataset is the last observation to be processed. So see, is the set causes the data set to stop processing after observation 100. So it is going to read till 100 observation. And what is the criteria in your data step? If country is AU, then output. So if among all these 100 observations, wherever the value for country is AU, then only it should write that observation to your output data set. So out of 100 observations, 24 observations are for country equal to AU. So you can also provide the range of observations to be read. So here it's telling from input data first OBS. That means it should start processing the observation from 50th observation and stop when 100 observation reaches. So total how many observations it's reading here now?
50.
50.
51.
It's 51. Why?
Because 50 is also.
50 is also reading. So its first observation is 50th. So
50.
from 51 to 100, it's 50 and 50th is 51. All right. So you can give the range of observations. So see, out of 51 observations, the criteria for AU true are only 13 observations. Okay. Now this is one of the example where you can also control when you are reading from raw file. So this raw file is DAT file, and you are giving this, which is a or fixed column width. So at the rate column 1, you are asking it to read the column employee ID with its in format. I'll explain you this later on. But here also, when you're reading from a raw file, you can control the observations to be read. So here the syntax difference here is, earlier in set statement we were giving in parenthesis, but when we are reading from a raw file in file statement, we don't give parenthesis. Okay, remember this. That's it. Yes, you can also give this first OBS and OBS while printing the output. in ProcPrint. Okay. So it's only for result purpose. So understand here. Here you are asking SAS to process where OBS is 10, and in ProcPrint you are telling where country is equal to AU. Now it will stop processing when OBS is 10. So among the 10th observation, wherever AU is true, only those observation it will display in output. Understand carefully what it's telling. When first OBS equal to or OBS equal to options along with where statement you write together in ProcPrint, first and foremost what it will do, it will first subset your data on this criteria, and then it will select the observation with 10 rows. So first thing, it will first follow to subset with filtering criteria of where. So first it will subset where in is applied, then it will work on OBS equal to or first OBS equal to. So this is
It
what
means
it's
like,
telling you.
okay, continue.
Yeah, tell me. So this is what it's telling. The where statement is applied first, and then 10 observations are processed. So wherever there is the country value AU, so it has started first, it filtered, and out after filtering it's selecting only 10 observations. So at observation number 2, this criteria is 2, 17, 18 and so on. So only 10 rows it's showing into output for ProcPrint.
This is only in the case of ProcPrint.
ProcPrint, yes. So it's not only with ProcPrint, but it is wherever you use where statement in DataStep or in Proc. Why it's telling with ProcPrint? Because here you understand the criteria well with because of this observation numbers. But you can so understand whenever we write a where statement in your data step also, it will first filter the rows during execution, and only those rows will be processed in PDV which are true for this condition when you're writing data step. So when you're writing filtering in data step, not all 424 rows are read in PDV. It will first select the rows for this criteria in data step, and then those are processed in PDV. All right.
But in data step, we are giving OBS in the input file. Na? So while taking input, that file like set file only,
Yes,
that time it will take 10 only. So then it
correct. Yes. All right. That's it. So if you want, you can check this demo. It's D0. So try this. D09, D010. No, don't try 10. And you can write D011. Instead of that, you can directly work on this exercise only. So if you come to your PDF, where we have for your lesson 2, exercise. So this is the exercise with explicit output we have already done. Creating multiple data sets, specifying variables and observations. So come to this page 2-45, specifying variables and observations. So page 2-45, level 1, exercise number 7. So to understand this exercise, if you want, you can understand this demonstration, which is D09, D010, and D011 and 12. So come to demo D09. So D09 is about first OBS and OBS. Then you have D010, which is with raw file, in file statement. D011, it's with proc print, and D012 is along with first OBS where statement. So it's the same syntax which we saw on your slide. So if you look into your log carefully, so it's telling 10 observations were read from employee address. First, it will filter your data on country, and then it will give you 10 rows. So those 10 rows, it's stopping at 37th observation, starting from 2 to 37, where the criteria for AU is true. So first it filtered the observations, then it selected the number of observations starting and ending with its output. All right. So come to this exercise. Level 1, 7th exercise, specifying variables and observation. Page 2-45. So it's telling the dataset oriented employee organization contains information about employee, job title, department, managers. So you have employee ID, job title, department, manager IDs. Create two datasets, one of the sales department, another for executive department. Name the datasets as sale and executive. Output to this datasets depending on whether the value of department is sale or executive. Now, before working on this data, let's understand the dataset, employee, organization, and check the values for department. Going into your library, very basic thing is you should know your input data. So employee, organization data. So it has columns, as they said, say employee ID, job title, department, manager ID. So if you check department, you have sales, sales management, administration, engineering, sales, executive. So that's what they are telling. You have to create two data sets. One sales, one is executive. Output to this data sets depending on whether department is sales or executive respectively. So sales or executives. Ignore all other department values. So what are the other department values? Administration, engineering, sales management. Okay. So work sales dataset should contain 3 variables: employee ID, job title, manager ID, and should have 201 observation, whereas executive dataset should have 2 variables and have only 4 observations. Print only the first 6 observations of work.sales. And as print for executive, only observation 2, 3. Give appropriate title. All right, so let's work on this. Don't save. Program, data sales, executive, set Orion dot employee organizations. If department So this should be the code.
We don't need to use select statement here, Ashwini, right?
It's your
Choice.
choice as a data analyst. So this
Okay.
was an example with if then else. You can also use select.
Okay.
Ashwini, I was just writing first code, so I'm getting some error. So I don't know. I can't find what is the error here.
Okay, just share your screen. I'll stop sharing mine.
Here, did you see my screen?
Yes.
So here, I was arithmetic operator.
Then output you have given. Okay.
Yeah, this is then output.
Yes. So if department is sales, then output to sales. Else there is no if given here. That is why in log, if you go back into log, it's highlighting to then. So it's telling it's not understanding then. It's telling expecting an arithmetic operation. The option is option or parameter is not recognized because then comes only along with if. You have given else department. You did not give else if
Else if, yeah,
department is it.
else if I have to give, right? Else
If
Yes.
else.
Yeah.
Else.
Yes. Therefore, it was telling it's not understanding then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'll stop share. I'll
Okay.
write.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah, Ashwini, you're showing that select statement, right? How to
Yes.
use it? Can you show me,
Yes.
please?
Yes. Fine.
Yeah. So we can do either way.
Yes.
Okay.
Any which one.
With select statement. Mm.
Done?
Like,
Yeah, show me your screen.
yeah, we print, no, mine is okay. We printed everything. The
Mhm.
output is also okay. But in PDF, there was no column and no row. Output was little bit different. So can we give here some no column, no row, only that lines will not come?
Here, yes. If you do not want OBS, but OBS is there here also. OBS is there. So by default in our report also, if you check, you see OBS. Why we are seeing OBS, it's because we are actually selecting the observation. So because we had used for executive data to select the observation, first OBS as 2, second as or OBS as 3, it's accordingly coming. So
No,
to
no, no,
see
no.
this,
That is not my question. So if you see our output, we'll see the rows, lines, and that column lines also. And here in this output, there is no lines and columns. So I just want.
acha, there. So it depends upon the layout. So this could be a layout from the software 9.4
Oh, okay.
or from EG.
Mhm.
So here we are seeing in the recent updated cloud application. Therefore, we get it in this way.
Oh, okay. Because I thought if there is something no
No,
column.
no, nothing of that sort. It's just about this, how it is coming as per their requirement. All right.
Okay.
So I hope you all have got the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you hope you might have written for your code first OBSS 2 for executive OBSS 3 and here OBS 6.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's the last observation to be processed.
We can't
So
see
it's not
screen, Ashwini.
Oh, sorry. Because I stopped sharing for someone and okay. So obvious is 6 means it's the last observation. It should stop processing. It's not how many observations. Okay, you should always keep in mind because this type of questions you may get in technical round. So they may ask you that when you write obvious is equal to 6, what SAS will interpret. So you need to tell that, or they will try to trick you that is it how many observations it is to be read. No, the answer is no, because it is the stop value, or it is the last observation at which it should stop processing. Okay, and when we give this first obvious equal to and obvious equal to, it is means you are giving the range of observations when it should start processing and when it should stop processing. All right. Okay, so this was all about your obvious. All right, so let's have a chapter review. If the value of region is missing, now region is showing missing with period, that means region is the numeric column. Do this two data step produce the same output? Look at this. Look at this. Look at the data steps.
I think yes.
Yes, yeah.
It's telling
No.
no. Why?
Output at all.
For the first step, the missing value observation is not output at all. For the second step, the missing value observation is output to every data set listed in the data statement. Because at the end you are writing else output. So here you have not mentioned any output dataset name. Hence, else output, so that missing value will be written to temperate as well as tropical as well. But here you did not specify the missing value. Hence, it will not be written to any of these datasets. Are you getting the difference here now about the question and the output result?
So after else output, we have not mentioned the dataset name, so it will automatically take in both the data sets.
Correct. So it will write to every data set listed in data statement. Okay.
Then it's not fulfilling the condition. Then maybe only because if we want only 1 and 4 output in temperature, but dot also, that missing also it will come.
Yes, that's what it's telling, that if the value of region is missing, do these two data steps produce the same output? So answer is no, because here with temperate you will get only 1 and 2 values for region, whereas for tropical you will get 3, 3, 2 and 5 observation region values, whereas here along with 1, 2, 2, 3, 5 respectively in temperate and tropical, it will also write mix with temperate and tropical because else output. If you might have not written this omitted, then you will not be having any missing values written to any of these two data sets. Because you have mentioned else output, that means if the all the above conditions is false, if region value is missing, it's not fitting in any of these conditions, then output, so it will write to each and every data set listed in data statement. Okay. The dataset shipping contains 25 observations and 3 variables, which are product, box size, and rate. These are the 3 variables. How many observations and variables does the dataset shipping zones have? So you are creating shipping zones from shipping. You are writing zone equal to 1 output, zone equal to 2. You are telling rate is equal to rate into 1.5 output. zone is equal to 3, rate equal to this output. So understand this code carefully and accordingly answer the question, observations and variables.
I think B, 75 observation and 3 variables,
Okay,
because
3
we are not
variables.
we are not creating any new variable, right?
Look
Oh
at
no,
here.
4 variables. Sorry, zone should be there.
Okay,
So my answer is C, 75 observation and 4 variable.
okay. How about me now?
It's 4 variables and
In zone 1,
25,
there is
25 observations. Oh, no, zone 1, 2, 3 will be different. No? 75 observations.
but in zone 1 they didn't give any anything, right? Zone 1 just output they said.
Yeah, so by default, whatever is the columns, those output values.
See, 75 observations, 4 variables.
Yes, so look at here. 4 variables is obviously true because these are input variables, whereas zone equal to it's an assignment statement, hence new variable is created.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's telling for every observation, it reads there are 3 observations,
Hmm.
right? So
Correct.
3 observations created, 25 into 3 is 75. The variable zone is added to the existing 3 variables to create 4 variables in total, hence 75 observations and 4
4 variables.
variables.
Hmm.
All right. If you submit the following program, which variables appear in the new data set?
None.
A, month, sport. Option A.
No, read it very
None.
carefully.
None. See.
How can none?
I
Because
think
anyways we are
B,
dropping
yeah.
month and we are dropping month, so there will be options.
Sport and coach, I think.
But if month is
Hmm.
August, then only it will come, and we are dropping. Okay, sports and coach. Sorry.
So when this condition is it's you're selecting the
Yeah.
all values.
Yeah. B.
It's
B.
the 4 rows. So month you are keeping sport and coach from input data, but you're dropping month for output data set. So you're left with only sport and coach to your
Coach.
output data set.
Hmm.
3 variables are read from input data set and one of them month is dropped when writing to output data, hence left with sport and coach. Okay, which program contains an error? Error, okay? It's about the syntax. So please observe carefully. You have one data step, 2 proc steps. So it's A step, B step, or C step showing error according to your knowledge.
When we give value, it should be in double quotes, right? Or
No, that's fine. When
When
you
we
are
give
in,
format, the format should be first.
no, that
proc print,
order
we
is
should put label in proc print
okay,
statement, right? In
but
B.
that will not give you error. It will simply not apply label.
Okay.
It's not an syntax error. Pay attention carefully to the syntax of all the programs, how it's provided. How do we select the variables for proc
Total
print?
time in first total time is not
No, how do we select the variables to be printed in your output result with proc print?
var.
Where do we write keep equal to dataset option with proc print?
No, it is just data step. Oh, yeah, it is again data.
Okay, but again here it's telling you cannot use drop statement in proc print statement. Of course, here also drop statement.
Even C also, na keep if
C
you are
is
not.
also there, both is there. They have not selected, but obviously, but no, see, it's telling it's not a statement, it's telling keep equal to data set option.
Data set, yeah.
It's a data set option, but drop statement in
It should
proc
be
print,
var there, right?
correct?
Hmm.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. There are 3 observations in the trials data set. How many observations does the set data set contain?
201.
Okay. So see, with set trial, you are reading from first OBS as 150, OBS is equal
51.
to 20. And total is 300, but you are giving range from 50 to 200. Yes. So it's going to be 51.
51.
Absolutely correct. Which of the following programs correctly reads the July.orders dataset and creates the fast order dataset?
A and C.
Okay, you're telling A and C. It's only C. Why? Because if you say A, look what are you keeping? Product, unit, price. Ultimately, that means it's dropping order time. So
Yeah.
if you're dropping order time
Condition will not.
from yes, so it's correct here. So order time must be read from July.orders file to be eligible for dropping. Once it is selected, then only you can drop in output. If you have not selected here itself, how you will drop and
We
how
will
you will
not get in
subset?
output data, yeah.
Correct. Okay. So you'll get the same message like you had earlier with country. When you write if order time less than 4.
It's
Okay,
too
so
similar,
it
so we need to understand very carefully.
correct. So it's all about logic, it's all about syntax. So it will come only about when you get that much of confidence on the program. All right. So which of the following correctly writes observations to the tropical data set based on values of region?
B.
So understand the syntax correctly. So when you write when select region equal to is always equal to single value. Here you are writing multiple values.
Mhm.
So syntax is in parenthesis region, this value. The select expression must be enclosed in parentheses, and SAS cannot evaluate expression region equal to 2, 3, 5 because it is equal to means always to single value, not multiple values. Here there is no parenthesis for region. Here you have. So this is correct. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens when you submit the following code? So we have explained or we have discussed recently about this output. Recently we had discussed about region missing value.
Yeah, B.
So you are creating two data sets, temperate, tropical, set, flora, output. That means all the observations will be written respectively for both the data sets. Okay, that's it. So this was the end of your lesson. Any questions?
No.
No? So do you want me to continue or stop for the day?
What time is it? Yeah, I think we can stop.
We can stop for the day. Okay. So see to it that you will practice the rest of the topics or exercises from this lesson. Okay. And then for our next topic we'll have our next lesson, which is lesson number 3, which will be summarizing data. So this topic will be taking on Friday. So we have creating and accumulating total variables and accumulating totals group of data. Very simple and very important chapter. All right. So then let's meet on Friday for lesson number 3.
Ashwini,
Yeah.
Pragati and me were discussing yesterday.
Uh-huh.
On this Friday, yours, Pragati, this
Yeah, we
Friday.
have some plan actually for Christmas. So